don't need no stinking live release boat. Welcome to Facts of Fishing FYI, the fishing news, views, and info you can't use show. A biologist made an unexpected discovery while researching fish heads, a bizarre parasitic crustacean that actually replaces the tongue of its host. Corey Evans of Rice University in Houston spotted the strange parasite while looking at an image of the skull of a herringtail. Basically, this nasty little sucker enters through the gills and then latches onto the tongue. From there, it severs the blood vessel of the tongue and starts feeding on body fluid until the tongue dies and the parasite itself actually takes its place. Speaking of parasitic behavior, Canadian tournament organizer Ben Wu has finally been charged in what honestly should be described as one of the grossest fish mismanagement cases ever. Wu was charged with one count of failing to abide by the terms and conditions of his license. Doesn't sound so bad when you say it like that, but here's what really happened. Ben had a permit to use a live release boat. Decided we don't need no stinking live release boat. Instead, used 2 tubs with aerators. Well, it didn't work. And what Ben ended up doing is killing 195 trophy bass. That's right, 195 bass between 4 and 6 pounds. It's gut-wrenching when you think about it, but it gets worse. Rather than come clean and maybe go to Queen's University or one of the great study sites and use those fish for something good after something bad happened, he decided to make it worse by trying to cover it up. He took all these 4 to 6 pound bass, fired them into garbage bags, tied those garbage bags up, and then fired them into a dumpster. For this act, Wu was fined $9,000 and lost his recreational fishing license for 5 years, which, if you ask me, when you first read it, sounds well, that's pretty strict. Until you stop and do the math and realize, Until you stop and do the math and realize that's $46 per fish. You tell me, did the fine match the crime? In other news, this past week, Major League Fishing announced that the Red Crest 2021 Outdoor Sports Expo, scheduled to be held in Tulsa, Oklahoma, has been canceled. The MLF Pro Bass Tour Championship will proceed as scheduled on Grand Lake, but due to COVID, the expo has been canceled. Last week, it was announced that 5 anglers have chosen to opt out of the MLF Pro Bass Tour moving forward. This week, the first of the 5 has announced his future plans. Jason Christie took to social media to make the announcement in a very Jason Christie-esque way, simply posting a picture of him on the Elite Series stage holding a coveted blue trophy, and the caption said, "It's official, we're going back." So Jason Christie heading back to the Bassmaster Elite Series. This week is the final Bassmaster Open of the season. We'll find out who gets that final classic spot, and all I gotta say to Jason Christie is,